Today, as we mark the International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women, we join the global community's effort to end all forms of violence against women and girls around the world. Gender-based violence remains one of the most widespread violations of human rights across the world. The issue knows no social or economic boundary, affecting globally 1 in 3 women and in Bhutan 2 in 5. A collective, all-encompassing response to this issue is crucial to end the cycle of violence. With decades of dedicated efforts by civil society organizations and women's groups, supported by partner agencies, ending gender-based violence is now a top priority on national and international agendas. Leaders across the world have recognized that eliminating violence against women is a critical aspect of the Sustainable Development Agenda. At the national level, we persist with initiatives to nurture, educate, and empower women and girls to realize their full potential. Legislations and the establishment of the National Commission for Women and Children Division under Royal Bhutan Police, Family Bench in the District Court, and support to CSOs have enabled us to work towards eliminating violence against women and children. Significant progress has been made in expanding access to quality multi-sectoral responses for survivors covering safety, shelter, health, justice, and other essential services. Concerted efforts by various stakeholders and partner agencies have contributed immensely to prevent, protect, and assist victims of violence. Yet, while we have made significant progress towards gender equality and ending violence against women, efforts have been fragmented, with many who continue to face violence in their everyday lives. It is important to persevere and not lose momentum. Today, the COVID-19 pandemic is posing profound difficulties to the way we live and work. This crisis is a challenge to our values, our resilience, and shared humanity. Unemployment, loss of income, disruption of services and supply chains, lockdowns, and extensive domestic stays have driven up the incidence of domestic violence and sexual exploitation both at home and across the world. Our volunteer networks in several dzongkhas have flagged increasing reports of domestic and sexual violence during the COVID-19 lockdown period. This has heightened the demand for emergency shelters more so than before, causing a strain to our social resources. Many more women and girls continue to suffer in silence and remain isolated from the people and resources that can best help them. If left unaddressed, the existing crisis of violence against women and girls is likely to worsen in the context of COVID-19. I'm very concerned that the crisis will grow with multiple impacts on their well-being, their sexual, reproductive, and mental health. This is a critical time and swift action is needed. I urge the government, civil society organizations, and partner agencies to enhance public awareness and understanding of the increased risk of violence in homes during lockdowns. Safe access to support services during the pandemic or any emergency situation must be ensured. I'm very hopeful that each one of you will take a stand to discourage violence against women and children in our communities. It is important that individuals and families engage with each other in positive ways and remain mentally and physically healthy during this stressful period. We are truly blessed to be led by a visionary and compassionate King who has put in place every measure to safeguard his people from the COVID-19 pandemic. The government's timely, robust response and intensive efforts by frontline workers to suppress the transmission of COVID-19 is deeply commendable. I thank the government and the Ministry of Health for ensuring access to reproductive health services during the period of lockdown and limited mobility. District multi-sectoral task forces, community-based support system, civil society organizations, UNFPA and other partner agencies were also instrumental in reaching out to victims of domestic and sexual violence during this time. I thank you all and urge you to continue your efforts to foster safe and resilient communities who will not accept, excuse, or tolerate violence in their midst. As we come together in solidarity to survive this pandemic, we lay the foundation for a more resilient, gender-equal society and a healthier, more prosperous Bhutan. We must not only survive the COVID-19 crisis, but emerge renewed with women as a powerful force at the center of recovery. Tashdele.